All right, it's the penultimate video of my prediction series. So, let's get underway. Today we're doing the Mountain West, and we're doing the American Athletic Conference, and then we're wrapping things up with the Big Ten. So, I don't have any monologues or ramblings to go on about, so let's just get underway. Bottom of the Mountain West, I have San Jose State, 2-11, 1-8 in conference. They play an extra game, according to my numbers here. I verified that, so it's a weird one for San Jose State. Northern Illinois, 2-10, 1-7 in conference. UTEP, 4-8, 3-5 in conference. Hawaii, 5-7, 3-5 in conference. Wyoming, breaking 500, 6-6, bowl eligible, but 3-5 in conference. Sorry, Wyoming. So Nevada, 7-5, 5-3 in conference. So I think I might have misread the last one. Wyoming was 3-5 in conference, not 5-3 in conference. New Mexico, 8-4, 5-3 in conference, is above Nevada. And in the top three, third place is North Dakota State. In their inaugural season in the Mountain West, and if it's not their inaugural season, feel free to roast me, but I'm pretty sure they played in the Division II championship game last year. So, in their inaugural season in the Mountain West, 9-3 overall, 6-3 in conference. Air Force coming in at second place. Well, actually, Air Force and UNLV are tied for first place. 9-3 overall and 7-1 in conference. So there's the Mountain West. UNLV and Air Force is going to be your Mountain West Conference champion participants. The American Athletic Conference. Bottom of the pack, we have Charlotte with 2-10, no wins in conference, 0-8 in conference. Rice, next bottom, 3-9 overall, 1-7 in conference. Tulsa, 3-9 overall, 2-6 in conference. UTSA, 4-8 overall, but 2-6 in conference. The next couple are also 2-6 in conference. That is Temple and Florida Atlantic, both. So all three of them, UTSA, Temple, and Florida Atlantic, have 4-8 overall and 2-6 in conference. Next on the list, we have UAB, 6-6, breaking 500. First bowl eligible team for the American Athletic Conference. 3-5 overall. 3-5 in conference record. Tulane is going to be next. I do think they have quite the plummet. Amongst the American Athletic Conference, this is possibly the one that I could be the most wrong about, but I think they're going to be 6-6, 4-4 in conference. Navy is next, 8-4 overall, 6-3 in conference. Eastern Carolina, 8-4 overall, 6-2 in conference. Army, 10-2 overall, 7-2 in conference. Memphis, 10-2 overall, 7-1 in conference. South Florida is second place, 11-1 overall, 7-1 in conference, making the American Athletic Conference leader with no losses in conference, 11-1 overall, North Texas. So your American Athletic Conference participants for the championship game is North Texas and University of South Florida. Alrighty. Now, our final Power 4 conference predictions for their season record. Bottom of the conference. Is anyone surprised? It is Purdue. I don't think anybody's surprised. It's Purdue. 1-11 overall, 0-9 in conference. Also 0-9 in conference, but one more out-of-conference win. Rutgers, 2-10, 0-9 in conference. Next is Michigan State, 3-9 overall, 1-8 in conference, followed by Maryland, 4-8, 2-7. Next, we have UCLA. I don't think they're getting over the hump. 5-7 overall, 3-6 in conference. Now we're getting to the breaking even. Northwestern and Minnesota tied with each other with 6-6 overall, 3-6 in conference. Next, now I might get some pushback for this. Washington, 7-5 overall, 4-5 in conference. Tied with Nebraska, 7-5 overall, 4-5 in conference. Next, we have 8-4 overall. Who's it going to be? It is Wisconsin. Wisconsin, I have going 8-4 overall, 6-3 in conference. Tied in conference with USC. USC is going to go 6-3 in conference. And so will Penn State and Iowa. But USC, Penn State, and Iowa, and Illinois will all be 9-3 overall. So Illinois, Iowa, Penn State, and USC will all be tied with each other, 9-3 overall, 6-3 in conference. Followed by Michigan and Indiana, tied for the third place spot. So the 3 and 4 spot goes to Indiana and Michigan, who have 10-2 overall and 7-2 in conference. That leaves Ohio State and Oregon going to the Big Ten championship game. Ohio State, second place because they're 11-1 overall, and 8-1 in conference. With Oregon, of course, going undefeated in the regular season. So who is my pick for Ohio State's loss? It is, of course, going to be Oregon in Week 10. So, yeah, Ohio State is going to lose to Oregon in the regular season, and then we'll see what happens in the Big Ten championship game. But, yeah, those are all of my predictions for that. If you want me to break down anybody's individual season, please leave it in the comments down below. But I have one more video to go, and that's the postseason. Who is going to be winning each of the conferences, and who is going to be in the playoffs. And then I'll give you my playoff breakdown as well. I just thought that this is the last one, and this is, I think, my least controversial list of the ones that I've made so far. Maybe my SEC one was a little overzealous and not super fair with my wins. I do give credence to the observation that the SEC is a very deep conference. I do understand that, and I do acknowledge that. And because they're a deep conference, I do think that they're going to kind of cannibalize themselves this year. But there's a few teams that I'm just not super jazzed about this year. Yeah, LSU is going to get Lane Kiffin. Is that going to fix the systemic issues of Louisiana State University? I don't think so. I think they're going to have a lot of issues that are going to require several years of a rebuild in order for LSU to get even with sniffing range of national championship status like they were a couple years ago. And then Texas as well. Everyone is so high on Arch Manning. I haven't seen it. What has he done? And then Vanderbilt dropping as far as they did. I don't think anyone's going to be too surprised by that. I do think it's going to happen. Diego Pavia was a large reason why they had as many wins as they did. And that's, man, what a tragic story. I guess I do have a monologue. What a tragic story. I was kind of wrong when I talked about him last time. I thought that he got drafted somewhere. No, he didn't get drafted. And then he got signed on to, I think it was the Ravens for a little bit, and he got released. So I think he's a free agent right now, and I think that his career might not be over, but this is an Icarus story. This is absolutely an Icarus story. And one of his favorite players was a Johnny Football. And boy, doesn't this look like a very similar situation to Johnny Football. Just flew way too close to the sun, and you got in your own way, and it caused you to get kicked out of the league. Man, so disappointing for Diego Pavia. And yeah, I have some fairly controversial picks, with at least my records. I think that the number of teams that get into the playoffs from each conference, you guys might have a little bit of a tiff about too, but we'll get to that with the next video. What are your predictions for the American Athletic Conference, the Mountain West, and the Big Ten? What do you think is going on with this? What in the world is going on with my lighting situation? Feel free to leave any and all thoughts and comments down below. And be sure to subscribe to this channel. We are growing, and I do want to increase the production quality. And I can't do that without monetization. So please help us get to 1,000 subscribers so that we can get to that point and I can start making this the podcast that I do think it's going to be. Because the purpose of this is, one, to help me understand sports better. And two, to give you a good and entertaining product. And hopefully, my level of incorrectness this season is going to be at least entertaining. I did call it like I saw it. I think I'm going to be very wrong with a lot of these picks, but I'm surprised to see how right I'm going to be, too. We're going to break down my regular season predictions and how accurate it was come close to the end of the season. But with all that being said, once again, leave your predictions down below and any thoughts you have down below. Like and subscribe to this, and this has been Newbie Sports.